Okay, here we are in Masterton for the Central Nationals 2008. This will be the third weekend in a row for most of our riders who are chasing NZDRA points. And here we have Dean Piper on a GS1000 base machine, and he's up against Kirk Jones on a GSX 750 base machine. And it looks like a red light for Dean, but this is just practice. And here we have Gary Beaumont on his 108 cubic inch SS engined Harley drag bike. And he's up against Ian Wilkins, but once again this is just the practice round. Nice clean run by the pair of them. And here we have Jeff Godden on a ZZR 1100 based bike, and he's up against Steve Green on his TT 500. Steve's been supporting drag racing in New Zealand for a lot of years now. And off they go. And here's Mike Patton on N Taylor's old KZ 1000 supercharged Kawasaki. He's having a little bit of trouble in the burnout. So they get him fired up again and gets a bit of a burnout done this time. But unfortunately on his run it sounds like he's having a lot of trouble trying to find second gear, and he doesn't really find it. Just thought you'd like to see that rail, just to fill in. And here we have Mike Patton once again. And once again, doesn't seem to be able to hook second gear. And he gets a little bit further down the track this time. And here we have Kirk Jones and Jeff Godden. And unfortunately, Jeff stalls it on the line. Dean Piper and Steve Green. Gary Beaumont and Ian Wilkins. And here's Ian Taylor on his Puma engined Top Cat, 1900 cc's plus NOS. And this is one of his first runs for the meeting. A bit close to that centre line there. And here we have New Zealand's first ever junior dragster motorcycle. It's Anton Foley and this little Kawasaki 2-stroke. We're still having a few teething problems, as you can see. And here's Anton waiting in Taylor's bike and crew. Looks like Jeff Godden's bike next to Dean Piper's. Gary Beaumont's Harley, and Kirk Jones and Steve Green, and obviously Ian Wilkins, and that's us. Kirk Jones against Steve Green. And it's another Gary Beaumont and Wilkins run. This is Jeff Godden and Dean Piper warming up the tyres. And here's their run. And it looks like Jeff got... Yes, looks like Jeff got that one. Ian Taylor warming the rear tyre on the Stray Cat bike. And here he goes. Getting close to that centre line again. It straightens it out and has a clean run. And Anton on the junior drag bike gets a bit further down the track this time as well. It's Kirk Jones and Steve Green run. A nice loud smoky burnout from Ian Wilkins. And here he is having another practice run against Gary Beaumont. Ian Taylor's bike has a bit of a cough and splutter off the line in this practice run. There's Jeff Godden's ZZR 1100 having a bit of a stutter on the start. Now I think this is the first round of eliminations. Ian Taylor, I think he's against Dean Piper, but Ian definitely gets this one. There's Ian Wilkins against Kirk Jones. But is that a red light I see from Mr. Wilkins? Afraid so. Just watch this burnout from Mr. Wilkins. Most impressive. And his run is just as impressive as well. 8.409 seconds at 162.58 miles an hour, and his 60 foot was 1.187. Here's the second round of eliminations with Ian Taylor taking on Steve Green. And Ian runs Steve down before the end of the track for a win. This is Gary Beaumont against Kirk Jones in the second elimination run, and unfortunately Gary has a problem right on the line. The win goes to Kirk Jones. Okay, it's a bit dark to see in this final video, but we've got Kirk on the left and Ian Taylor on the right, and this is the final. Just watch that Christmas tree and see who wins. Ian Taylor takes out the win. Next we're off to Taupo International Dragway for the Summer Nationals.